This is the Prestige 590S. This is actually an evolution of their flybridge 590. It gives you two options. You can either have a full flybridge or this version, which is a sportier boat. So I'm going to take you on board and I'll explain that in a little more detail when we get on board, which is via this high-low platform. And when this platform drops, what's quite neat is this turns into steps down into the water and down to the platform, which is rather nice. So let's head on up here. So you've got this area. As you can see, you can drop this cushion down, make it into a great big sunbathing area, or you can have it as seating around the table. And then if we head on inside, we will find a galley aft layout. And you can see there's this big lifting window here, the doors open all the way back, and so that makes a nice open area. And this is typical Prestige in here, so nice pale woods, quite a casual sort of ambience, and that works very well. Now your galley is aft, as you can see. There's a fridge over here, and the freezer is up above it, and then you've got your cooking facilities just here, and then this is your dishwasher in there. Let's just see what else we've got. Cutlery, and then round here this is just storage in places like this. So Saloon is here, and the big news is, because this is a sports style boat rather than a flybridge boat, well, it does actually have a small flybridge, which I will show you. You've got this huge opening, and what that means is that you can cruise in this boat with the roof open, but you're very well protected by all of these windscreens and so forth, so you get that open air feeling, but you are still very sheltered. And in fact, they put a side access door on here as well, which is a rather neat touch. But let's go on through and take a look at the Helm. All glass cockpit, as they all tend to be these days. This one's got Cummins engines, so your throttle levers are here, but it does have the joystick control as well, so that allows you to maneuver the boat using just this if you wish to. You basically push it the way that you want the boat to go, and it obeys. Bow thruster is just there, and then this is obviously for things like radar, charts, engine instrumentation, and that kind of stuff. But that opening roof, that really does open this area out. That's nice. It gives you lots of ventilation in here, but as I say, also when you're cruising, it means you're very sheltered but still getting that fresh air. Now we'll head down here first of all. Nice wide steps as we go down, and the handrail there is a nice idea. And on this side there are two singles in this cabin and a wardrobe. And if we cross over, we will find the day heads. So that's access from here, but it's also an ensuite to the VIP cabin, which is up here in the front. This is a nice cabin. There's a dressing area on this side. There is a really nice wardrobe. It's almost like a sort of walk-in closet, really. And then you've got a hatch up at the front, like an escape hatch or ventilation, but they've also put a glass screen in here as well. It's got some beds on at the minute, so you're not getting the full appreciation of it, but that throws lots of light into here. And of course there's blinds that pull over at night, like so. Another wardrobe on this side, and that then is your ensuite access into the day heads. So at night that can be an ensuite cabin, but as I say, it can also be used by this cabin if you've got people occupying that one as well. Excellent. Let's head on back, because there is another lower deck area on here. So if we come right to the back of this area, this is a particularly nice sitting area. I think you could really see yourself relaxing on that with the proverbial good book. Okay, now down here, this is a private access to the master cabin. So the owner of this boat gets his own completely separate space, and that is rather nice. Loads of storage in here, of course. You've got big TV on the wall. There's more storage over on this side. Let's have a look inside here. Like so. And of course this has its own private ensuite just for this cabin. So that's in here. It's a sliding door, which is quite neat. So that means that can just slide away out of the way when it's open. And then in here you have got the shower and you've got the toilet. But what's rather clever about this is that on the other side is a walk-in closet, and what you can do is exit the shower straight into there. So when you're using this area, of course, you'd have this one closed and you would have this one closed, but it means you can use this, as I say, just as the toilet compartment in the shower. But if you want to, you can come out of the shower into here, find whatever you want to wear, and head straight out. It's quite a neat touch. But that's certainly a decent cabin. Okay, let's go have a look around the decks, because what's particularly interesting, of course, is the fact that although it's a sports cruiser, they have managed to get a small flybridge on it. So we'll take a look at that, and we'll see what else we can see while we're about it. So let's go around. I think we'll have a look down the side first of all, and that'll take us down to the foredeck, of course. This is a useful feature. They put a rail underneath here, gives something to hold on to, and that's that side access door from just behind the helm. And if we come right to the front, then you've got sunbathing cushions, but also there's a lift up section, so you've got forward seating as well, and you can just see where the hatch is on that glass panel. So you take those cushions out and you've got the light into that forward cabin, and a nice big foredeck area. And again, you can see that sliding roof. Okay, let's head down this side and we'll take a look up top. So traditionally, this style of boat, you'd have the sliding roof, you'd have the flat top, and that would be about it. But they've realised that actually there's a bit of real estate up there that can be used. So what they're doing now is incorporating, as I mentioned, a small flybridge area. I think we've gone the wrong way here, haven't we? Let's hook that one off. There we go. So these are the steps up, and this then takes us up to that little area. Now, as I say, it's not as big as a full flybridge on a 60-foot boat, and they do a model that has that. So if what you want is a really big flybridge, you can lose the sliding roof, take the flybridge right to the front and have a lot more space. But this basically enables you to have the sports cruiser style with a sliding roof and still have a facility up here. So there's seating up here, there's a helm position up here. This then is a sunbathing area, and just gives an extra bit of purpose to what is a sports cruiser style boat. I think that's very clever. Very nice indeed. Okay, let's see if we can find some engines. So we'll head back down here. Now, one thing I didn't mention is that another thing this boat has got is a tender gouge, and in fact you can see the front of it in here. Now, conventionally this would be engine access, but on this one you can see there's a winch here, and if I lower this right in, that is the tender gouge. So it opens at the back, of course, and you can slide the tender in and out. Now what that means, of course, is the engine access then has to be somewhere else. So we drop that one back down. And if we head over to this side, slide that fella out of the way, we can open this hatch, and this then gives us another access into that area. So let's head on down. Now what you have to do with this version, these are the engines up through here, and what you need to do is hinge this ladder up once you're in here. And that allows you forward into the engine space. That is the tender gouge there. So these are a pair of Cummins 600 horsepower engines. They're giving about 29 knots flat out. Cruising speed is about 23 knots. And that's giving you about a 270-mile range. But you can get right around here, right around to the front of these engines and through the middle. So actually the access is pretty good once you're in. And then the generator is mounted up on there as well. So the only difference really is you've got this slight compromise of having the garage, where you've got to use this ladder system, but it's pretty easily worked around, and it does give you that very useful facility, of course, of being able to put your tender inside the boat. Excellent. Okay, let's come back out of there. And drop that fella back down. Put that one on top and that one back up again. And I'll park myself here and say that is the Prestige 590S. Very interesting boat. I like what they've done with that. Hope you enjoyed that little tour, and look forward to catching you on the next one. Thanks so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.